I have had Starclear, my business, and Amy's been part of this, since 1992. We'll just touch briefly on the idea of what is a good and what is a negative spirit. Like people, most spirits are good. Most people are good. Most people are not going to do bad things to you, as you know. 80% of the population has no interest in doing bad things to you. That is true also of spirits. But there are 20% or so that are active and causing trouble because people don't change when they die.
You know, if you think about why are we attracted to certain people and not others? Why do we, you know, when you meet somebody, you say, oh, I just don't like that person. Or, you know what, I have to talk to that person more. It's because you're vibrating, I mean, literally vibrating at the same frequency at that person, or very, very similar frequency. So that's why sometimes we'll meet somebody and it's a very powerful draw and powerful attraction. And the same is true of spirits. One reason why, you know, I'll pick up on a spirit and Jeffrey will not is because we may be at different vibrational frequencies. We may be at different stages of evolution, different stages along the path of our spiritual journey, and I just, you know, he may be able to pick up a spirit that I may not be able to sense simply because we're at different frequencies. So again, this goes back to don't compare yourself to what other people experience, because we are all on completely different paths. We all have different psychic abilities. When spirits pass, initially for me, when I receive communication, the more recently a person has passed, the easier it is to receive communication from them, because they were just on the physical plane, and so they communicate more on the frequency and on the level of the physical plane. But someone who, say, has been gone for 200 years, the communication is completely different and more higher pitched and more spiritual. So we all work in different ways. I mean, even Jeffrey and I, we both do exorcisms, we help people with spiritual attack, but my abilities are very different than his. So we experience and receive psychic information in very different ways. Or clairalience, which I'm a clairalience, so I'll smell things, but there's no physical source of the smell, which comes in handy when we do exorcisms on either people or locations. Demonic entities, to me, either will smell like rotting garbage or like sulfur, like rotten eggs. And a lot of times, you know, when we've detached spirits from people, we'll smell that rotten egg or that garbage smell, and then we know we've been successful.
But very much of spiritual communication does not come in linear thought, like say word for word.
Right.
They'll download a whole paragraph into your head.
Immediately, and then you have to try to translate what you got sent.
Really?
Right.
Whole concepts at once.
Yeah.
Look for that.
More likely that you'll receive a thought or that you'll feel the emotion of a spirit, which is another reason why it's important to come into a room from a place of neutrality, not having feelings of depression or having, you know, super joyful, any kind of extreme, because you want to be just this blank canvas for a spirit to make an impression on, you know, with the thoughts, with the emotions.
In my world, in my life, and I think this is true of Amy as well, because we're partners, that most spirits are good, and that I have a deep communication with positive spirits. And that is the majority of what is happening on the other side, is that it's not necessary to think about negative things in order to even feel things of the Brumder Mansion. You don't have to go looking for negative spirits or scratching or anything like that. Think positive. It's something to think about. It's not necessary to think negative thoughts in any way in order to get a reaction from the spirits. Think positive. Now, I will say this in my own experiences. The best and the most powerful experiences I've ever had with spirits has actually happened in sunny afternoons in parks and stuff. Because most spirits prefer that kind of environment. And your spirit guides, which we all have, positive spirit guides, wish to talk to you. There's nothing frightening about communication with your loved ones. they want you to know that they're here.